Welcome back to our channel. We're playing Supermarket Simulator today.
Joe begged us to let him play for 2 days, and he yapped so much, I let him do it. Everything you are going to watch is him.
I've discovered that we can't rename the sign on our shop yet, but for now that's fine since we don't even have a winner in the poll, which you should vote in.
Well, Donald, if that cheers you up, at least Joe is paying our bills.
The rent is draining all of our money.
The rent isn't even that expensive, Donald, but still funny to see a landlord complaining about any kind of rent.
This is a video game. If it was real life, I would easily pay this rent. There is a reason why I am a billionaire.
Yes, Donald, we all know the reason, that small loan of $1 million and that inheritance from your dad. But
Get roasted, Donald. Maybe you need to get a low taper fade.
Joe, are you well? Mentally, you seem a bit troubled today, especially with that and how you are playing.
I am completely well and fine mentally, you stupid orange bouillon boat thief.
Joe, you sound a little frenzied. Let's chill out here.
We have finally come back after a minute of Joe moving around as he finally tries to buy a couple of things and realizes we have slight money issues because of that rent.
I was just mentally preparing myself for the hard and long upcoming day. And soon we will have enough money for all the purchases I want.
Mental preparation? You don't even have any mental capacity? Also, stop making excuses. The past days have been slow and easy, and this one will be no different.
After another minute, Joe has opened the supermarket.
Good job, Joe. And still no one has entered your store. You're doing just as well as you did in your presidency.
I knew you would bring this up here. You haven't stopped yapping about your inauguration.
The inauguration was a major event and a major flex. Joe is finally out of that retirement home, and I'm finally back to being president.
The inauguration wasn't that bad. Now I'm back to my real house. No more stress from the job, no more constant mocking, and no more of working hard just to get ousted out of the next campaign for Kamala by Nancy and her cronies.
Rare moment of agreement with you, Joe. I despise Pelosi. That biatch was a pain in my ass in my term and made me suffer every day. Good to know this isn't just me.
I didn't really hate Pelosi during my term. She was chill and helped me pass Obamacare.
Well, anyway, these customers aren't finding coffee. And for all I know, coffee doesn't need to be put in a fridge.
In my memory as well, coffee could be put straight on the shelves. We should check this later.
When I finish handling this fine customer and his large purchase, I'll go and check that out.
Good to see you not being a racist like Trump.
Can you stop yapping about my random remarks and instead focus on the game? It says the coffee is put on the shelf, which means we can buy it, and places on our shelves already, which we 100% should, despite it being ridiculously expensive. At least that should make us some money.
I'm buying it right after cleaning up and processing our customer, who came back to buy more.
Joe, you racist. Are you saying all black people look the same?
Obama, you think literally everything is racism. Joe is getting confused by how they are the same character model.
Yes, Obama, you need to stop thinking that everything that sounds like it could be racist is.
Of course, I'm avoiding a response. And man, this coffee is so expensive. Where are we buying this?
It's really cheap, actually. Each bag is 17 ounces.
I think you both need to check it. You sound like you are on 900 ping.
First person to buy coffee, big and profitable purchase right there for us. Soon we can get the other coffee.
Donald has been quite wrong so far. This day has had tons of customers and has been quite fast-paced. I didn't believe it at first, but seeing it play out, I see it now.
Sometimes you have mistakes like the pricing thing, which let that woman buy it for cheap, but overall, I haven't done all that bad today.
I got my connection back, and yeah, Biden, you have done very well so far. Only minor mistakes, and a great performance overall. I didn't expect this, surprised and impressed.
Thank you, too, and now I can finally get us the other coffee, the last item we can get on our shelves. Now I will simply save up for a freezer to store our other new items.
Well, for the sake of the viewers, let's skip ahead a bit. We don't want it to be too long.
We're back. After restocking, Joe has made us some money, and we are on the path to reach $100+ by the end of the day.
With how expensive restocking is, we might not reach it. This cereal dropped us to $40 and the coffees cost $55.
Hopefully this massive purchase will help us.
And do you know what else is massive?
Okay, perfect.
Is he going to do that every time?
Yes, he is.
That's crazy. And do you know what else is crazy?
Okay, perfect.
Hey, John, what time?
There's only an hour left now, and it's not looking like we can reach 100 today, unless we get some serious late-night buyers.
Never back down. Never what? Never give up. We will have enough late-night buyers to get us to 100, or at least 90. And I have faith in that. You must always think about how knee surgery is tomorrow and that feeling.
Joe, what in the brain rot did you just say?
Please get off the iPad. That stuff is not good for you.
I am an adult man. You can't tell me.
Joe, you may be an adult, but you have brain rot, by both definitions.
We just missed out on 100 by a few bucks. That's unfortunate. Still good day, though.
Not the worst day. 26 customers, but 10 who didn't find something they wanted. Income of $375, but $270 on supplies.
Why didn't they expect this earlier and they do now? Anyway, this is good. The sheer income is great and will improve our chances to get frozen products the next day by a lot, considering how we are basically fully stocked now. And we spent $110 yesterday on getting that coffee to the shelves in the first place, which we will not today.
I agree with you on everything except being fully stocked. That's why Joe bought some products to fill up the shelves.
Well, now we're fully stocked and still have $50 at the very start.
About a minute of restocking and the supermarket is open for business. Let's make some money.
Joe, what are you doing exactly buying that crate thing? What does it do?
I don't know, I can't read it.
Are you kidding me? You bought it without even reading what it does.
I'll bet you $10 he'll try and use it, fail, and don't go back to read what it does.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, sure, we'll see.
There's no way we are down to $26. This makes me want to take the computer from Joe, but I don't break promises to homies.
Donald, don't use that word again.
Obama was at you buying from our store. He looked just like you and wore a suit like you do.
That must have been him. Look how cheap. He was unwilling to support our supermarket with a real purchase.
God, you two are a hopeless cause.
I'm a human, not a Coz Obama. Don't misgender me or I will cancel you.
Even more proof of this, you two are totally hopeless.
So much yapping from you about us being a hopeless cause. May I remind you how you like crazy Nancy?
Yeah, not going to lie, Barack. You are wild for that one.
Now you again, bringing up something completely unrelated. If Trump is going to act like this as president, our nation is doomed.
Hope harder, you liberal. Go back to your husbands.
I do not love a husband. My hope is that he loves me, and that eventually I interest him enough to ask him to betray his husband, Michelle is a woman or no one.
Barack, what the fuck did you just say? Are you catching dementia from Joey?
I do not have dementia, and it's not even contagious.
I had a little slip of the tongue, but Michael is not a woman.
This is too funny.
Mark, you're starting to sound like Caesar from Fallout New Vegas. Do you also have a brain tumor?
They're very similar, but don't you call him Kaikar.
What? I think I understand what you were trying to say, though. It's just a wrong way to say it.
I am not like Kaiser, you two buffoons. I just had a slip of the tongue. Can't you understand that?
The only thing I can understand is this massive purchase this woman just made.
Well, anyway, my bet succeeded about Joe and the crate.
Yeah. As expected, a waste of $20, only to not be used.
Well, anyway, seems like we are lacking some cereal. We should restock.
On the job now, restocking and then on the register for this customer.
Good job, Joe. The supermarket is very quiet right now. Later, it will become more busy.
In a few hours, we will reach rush hour, and then Joe has to clutch up.
Seems like rush hour is already here. 3 people walked in simultaneously.
It's 4 people. That's insane.
And oh my God, look at how much this woman just bought.
$30. If this keeps up, our supermarket will be thriving.
The second guy is less generous, but it's no problem.
Larger purchase from this woman. Regardless, if we continue to get decent amounts of customers, we'll be able to get the freezer we want.
As much as it somewhat pains me to say this, Joe hasn't done all that bad so far. Mostly minor mishaps, and overall, good gameplay.
Thank you, Donald. This is 100% rush hour with 2 more customers walking in. Let's hope they bought lots of things.
They certainly did. We might need to restock soon with this rate.
Yep, about 3 of our products are now only at half capacity.
So there's no need to restock yet. I'll wait and see. Not all that bad anyway, considering we want that freezer today.
Joe, you just bought the freezer. Almost sounds like someone made your voice utter that sentence instead of you and accidentally did this.
That would be a great meta joke if it was true, but it's wrong. I'm just a little confused sometimes.
Joe, you need to get something for that freezer thing you bought.
I will just as soon as I process these 2 customers.
Thank God I can stop seeing that did not find cheese text.
Finally, we won't have 20 customers who didn't find something.
Yep, just don't mess up with these new things.
I have barely messed up so far, Donald. Stop constantly doubting me.
Facts.
It always helps to remind you, don't complain about someone trying to help you.
But I will complain if someone is doubting my ability through that so-called help.
Facts. And you double down on it.
Stop with the glazing, Barack. Let's just move on.
Fine, I'm only saying this because I need to handle the new products I got for us.
Joe, I think you might have made a mistake.
And what could that be?
The freezer you bought has 3 shelves, while you bought 4 different products.
Wait, actually, he has a point. You might have messed up.
This isn't good, and we can't just sell it now.
We also have to restock very soon. What did I say and you 2 tried to lecture me for?
Don't stress me out right now. I have to clutch up for this.
He needs to focus on the game, not on your "I told you so" rant.
The levels of glazing are incomprehensible. Since when did you get hired at Dunkin's? And also the sheer courage to tell me to leave him alone after you lectured me on warning him to not do what he ended up doing is crazy.
Can you just shut up? I'm trying to play the game.
Sometimes you 2 are the literal worst.
Not as much as you are.
Damn it, with you 2, I'm inviting another Republican for next time. I'll do a poll on our channel for it. Go vote for it after you finish the video.
Wait a minute. Did I just see that are 2 of our boxes double-sized? God damn it.
That, and we have so much customers, you 2 talk while I lock in.
I'll put up the poll when we are done with the video. I'll put in Bush and Reagan.
You know, polls have 4 options, right? And isn't Reagan dead?
I have my ways. I'll add Nixon and Eisenhower too.
Who is Eisenhower?
Of course you don't know who he is, little bro. He was president for 8 years. Incredible how you were a president yourselves, yet don't know the famous ones. He was the chief of all Allied operations too.
Okay, nerds, I'm not old enough to have lived through the Revolutionary War, unlike you 2.
True, you aren't old enough to have lived during prime fortnight either.
That was a horrible roast, Donald. You need to go back to the Stone Age, you old nerd.
Crazy mid-response to that flamethrower from Donnie.
Shut up, aren't you supposed to focus on the game?
Leftist infighting strikes again.
You probably haven't noticed, but the day just ended.
No thank you, Barack, but I have noticed I'm reorganizing after the mess from earlier right now.
There's a lot to do. We're running out of pasta oil and one of the coffees, while having completely run out of the other coffee and somehow flour.
I don't know how we managed to run out of flour. We had 2 shelves of it, and it's cheap, but I still didn't see it running out.
I think it was because a couple people in a row bought tons of flour.
Now you, stop with the glazing and excuses. It was because of Joe not restocking it. Same as how he didn't close the shop when we reached 9 and had to deal with another customer.
Stop yapping for a second and look at the stats. 26 customers and $84 profit.